What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Nina, and yes, your girl's hair has been on the growth. I've been taking good care of it, but in the meantime, I'm trying to keep the scissors out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do nice styles that really keep me interested, keep me vibing. And look, y'all loving and noticing that your girl over here whipping and dipping in my hair and everything. So I said that I would definitely bring you this video and show you some of the protective styles I've been doing, and this is just one of them. And I love it because it's interchangeable, and I think it'll look good on anyone. Nope, you don't necessarily have to wear the two buns like I have here because I've changed it up several times, but you can make it do what it do for you. I'm going to show you today the basis of this style and how to make it your own. Make sure you grab the links to all the hair products that I'm using today and that I love the most down in the information section. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you like it, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel and also my vlog channel. Make sure that you come back on all Thursdays and some Sundays for video uploads, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. To start, you'll want to make sure that your hair has been stretched well with your preferred method. I just find it's easier to navigate the head with all this parting and braiding. So you want to make sure that it's stretched how you want it. Mine is an old blowout. I ensure that my hair has been parted down the middle and then also along the sides. You can do that how you would like or how far back you would like. I then start with the very edge by parting it out, and I'm using the Shine and Jam by Ampro. By the way, all my favorite items for hair are listed down below in the information section, so you can find them as well. I love that this stuff does not flake on my hair, so I put it on the front and back of the area where I've parted, and then I take 2 rubber bands because that's how much it takes to hold my hair, and wrap it around gently. We don't want to lose edges to this style, so just want to make sure that it's secure and not too tight. But then I start again with the next section, also kind of parting along that same line and separating it into wrapping the rubber bands and continuing with the same process across the 2 parts that I have here. On my edges, I tend to use an edge brush just to make sure that that hair is groomed properly and all of the hair makes it into the rubber band. For the next section of hair, I'm going for a more reverse triangle shape, and I'm going to split this one into 3 sections. Now remember, you don't have to go for as many sections as I'm going for. As long as you use the same general pattern, your hair is going to look pretty much the same. I've done this with less parts and more parts, and you're going to follow that same process you did for the edges you've done already. I then part the other side into an angle just to match the side that I've already done, and then I start to split that the same way I've done with the other sections. I usually go with about 5 areas in this top part just because I like for that triangle to look pretty distinct. I'm just making sure I go around with the rubber bands just like I have done before. The only difference here is that in the very front there's only going to be 1 area. I'm not going to part it in half, so those 2 sections there are going to be parted in half, but the very front is going to stay as 1. Now at the end of it all, you're left with a pretty cool looking pattern. Now you can make it do what it do for you, boo, right here, and make it look how you want it to look, but I like these clean areas in this pattern. It's simplistic, and I also like to kind of fuse my hair because I work out so much. I don't like for my hair to frizz and stick out, so I like to braid mine. Now you can twist yours. If you're not as active, your hair isn't going to stick out as much, especially if you're putting a silk scarf on it at night and things like that and taking the proper care of it. But I like to braid mine, so I take like those 3 sections on the side or however many sections you go with, and I French braid it upward, which gives the style a little nice look, but it's also a cheat on my end because it keeps all them edges in line. Now remember, y'all, as I always tell you, keep it versatile. One size does not fit all. This is how I'm braiding mine, but you can take this pattern to infinity and beyond and make it what you want. I tend to put mine in sections and then braid, and even at the top I try to make sure that I kind of have a nice little pattern. I might split a section up and French braid it differently, but it's really just up to you. But I'm going to show you guys how I choose to braid mine. I like to keep in mind that the middle part is usually the focal point, so I like to do something a little jazzy, a little different, so I just kind of split it up and then I French braid 2 sides up in the front. So hopefully that's very clear here what I'm doing. Just something real simplistic, but it also gives people something to look at, something to talk about. I'm telling y'all, everywhere I go with this hairstyle, I get compliments from men and women of all races, ages, sizes, whatever. They love it. You know what I'm saying? It leaves you looking good. To complete the front of my hair, you'll notice that I'm simply repeating the same steps that I did on the other side. So it's exactly a mirror image of the other side of your head. Because I'm going to do 2 buns, I'm splitting the back of my head into 2 sections. I mean, you don't have to get technical with how good your part looks, but make sure that you sleek up those edges, brush them if needed, and then smooth them into a nice ponytail holder. I'm just using the Goodies ouchless bands. Once done, I just take 2 equal sides and I wrap them around to create a bun. And that's it. I make sure that they're tucked the way that I want them. I try not to use any bobby pins because sometimes they poke out, especially with this style. But if you need them, go ahead and grab some by all means. But I've kind of perfected my buns to a way I'm able to spin them around and make them stay without having to have extra hardware in my head. And that's what you get when you're done. And after this, I try to make sure I immediately tie this style down. I use 2 satin scarves. I use my regular black satin scarf. I have a link to that down below. And then also I use my little Cream of Nature scarf, but use whatever scarf you have. And this is for me to catch any flyaways that might occur and just to kind of sleek the hair out real well. I usually sleep like this, or if it's during the day, I keep it on for at least an hour. I'm going to go through with some hair cuffs because I like to cover up the little rubber bands or whatnot. And I also like to keep it real princess-like or queenly, right? So I like to make sure I go through with a little bit of the hair jewelry. I have links to that down below in the information section for you. And when I'm done, I am looking good. Once again, like I said, I get compliments on this style everywhere I go. I've worn this style for a photo shoot. I've worn it for various different things, to church, to work, everything, and everyone loves it, and so do I, and that's the most important part. So if you're gonna try this style, let me know. When you do, tag me on Instagram or Facebook, letting me know how much you love it. Make sure you share this with someone that can use it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. Peace.